Hey, you guys, I'm in the business center at my place, and I just had a wonderful conversation with an older woman. And we were talking about raising children and stuff, and how it's not easy being a single mom. But anyway, um, this video is for Miss Jelly. How you doing, girl? And she has some questions, and there were a few questions, so I'm trying to put it all in one video. So I'm gonna skip the first one because I gotta go back to that because I got so many windows open. I got my laptop here. I'm on the computer in the business center, and looking at the question on my phone. So um her comment was, can you do a video on light workers, star children, healing stones, oil, and crystals, meditation, number synchronization, guardian angels? Excuse me, because I'm not looking at the direct message. I'm looking at a picture of the message, so I have to like stretch it. The difference between white and regular sage. And then she says she watched all my other videos but get a weird vibe or left confused. So that is not what I'm here to do, is to confuse people. And I hope you don't get a weird vibe from me. Damn. I hope I don't give off that vibe, you know? But anyway, I digress. I love saying that. I love poking fun of conscious people on YouTube. So the first thing I wanted to get into was what was it? Star children. Now I'm gonna touch on light workers, but I'm gonna do that a little bit later on. So star children are almost the same as indigo indigos. Now a lot of people believe that star children come from genes that are spliced in like genetic engineering. And then you have some people that believe that, what I believe is that we have a DNA bloodline that has angel in it. Now that's my personal belief. I don't see that on the internet, but for spiritual reasons, I believe that, and it's played out in my life, and that's why I believe what I believe. Don't go to sleep on me, computer. All right. So it's supposed to be like an incarnation. Some people believe that star children are people that were reincarnated. Um a lot of people that are star children are star seeds. Some children that are star seeds, they come here and they already know. They already know that they ain't from here. A lot of people like us always feel when they're little that they're just different, that they're in a foreign place. I'm going to read a little bit of some of the abilities of star children. They usually have a large range of intelligence, even if the parents didn't come from like big educational systems. They have this intelligence that just comes from them, and they know things, and they can't explain how they know those things. Now that's just me. I'm reading while I'm talking, and I'm not saying what I'm reading. I'm looking for what the attributes of a star seed is. So it's usually enhanced psychic abilities, the ability to harness bioenergetic like chi, prana, energy, and earth and cosmic forces to heal. They're usually telepathic and intuitive. They link with others in consciousness. Now, a lot of people will say, well, how would you link with others? I'll give you a good example. There's me and there's a couple of people on YouTube where we could be thinking about each other and just call, or we'll have a dream and seeing each other in dream time. Just it's so hard to put in human words to be able to explain how that telepathy goes. But I'll give you a prime example. Sometimes when I'm talking to Evolving Wisdom, she don't even have to check me. I could say something. I could be selfish sometimes. Scorpios seem have a sense of being like self-absorbed at times, and so sometimes I'll have like something going on, and then I'll be so engulfed in what's going on with me that I don't even consider what's going on in her life or in whoever's life that I'm talking to. Well, the difference between her and someone else is that she could be thinking something like, you're being very selfish right now, and you don't even think of others, or you don't even give me a chance to talk, and I can hear it. And then I'll be like, you know what, my bad. Or she didn't answer her phone, and I'll know why she's not answering her phone. And a lot of things she don't have to say to me, I just know. In an incident where me and Achilles, we all had dream time. It was me, him. What is that boy's name? Because I don't even talk to him anymore. Oh, no. It'll come to me in a minute. We all had a battle in dream time, and then we all called each other the next morning and was like, hey, I had a dream about you. And I was like, dude, I had a dream about you too. And then I was like, hey, were you just standing in darkness? And then were you fighting something? Like, yeah, we were like smashing something. Weird. Never ever had that situation with other people unless they were an indigo and or a star seed. So a lot of labeling I try to stay away from. So mental communication, precognition, meaning knowing the future, you know things that are going to play out. That sucks. A lot of people will be like, oh, I'm psychic, I could do this and I could do that. Man, a lot of people who have precognition, things will play out years before they happen. Sometimes months before they happen. A lot of times it takes time to harness the skill to understand what is going on, to be able to read between the lines in a dream and see what is going on in a dream. And sometimes it's just very blunt. You'll see something and it'll be very distraught. And then sometimes your avatar will try to fight against it because the ego's job is to protect the human body. So you'll be like, no, I'm tripping. No, that's not going to happen to me. I would never let that happen. And then it plays out and then you're sitting there like, oh, shit. It was just like my dream. So there are also people who have telekinesis. I've seen plenty of viewers. There's a young man who is very handsome, by the way. I've seen that man move a cup from across the one side of the room to the next side of the room. Clairvoyance, remote viewing, and I'm not talking about scrying. There's a big difference between scrying and remote viewing. Scrying is a science. You can actually call upon spirits to spy on people. Remote viewing is sometimes, I've done it before, where I've accidentally popped up in a neighbor's house and seen a drug deal go down. Like, oh my God, this motherfucker's a drug dealer. And the first time it ever happened to me, I was in a corner and I thought it felt so real. It was so real, but I was dreaming. I came out of my avatar. I was in this guy's house. I watched a whole damn drug deal go down. When they looked over at me, I thought they could see me. And it startled me. And when I got startled, that's when I woke back up. And when I woke up, simultaneously, he was leaving out of, the guy who he did the drug deal with was leaving out of the house and was like, all right, man. All right, then, homie. I'll see you later, man. And I was like, holy shit. Like, this is not fucking happening. And so a lot of that stuff can be very hard to deal with when you have a significant other who does not believe in any of that stuff. So during the time when I had a significant other who was just a mundane person, just a human, a regular human being, they just didn't comprehend it. So you can mentally see things that are very distant in space and time, downloading information, off planet consciousness. So sometimes you will see in old videos, I'll be like, man, I just had a bunch of downloads. I just wake up with information, just wake up knowing stuff, and then I go and research it, and it actually be factual. Now that is some trippy stuff. Cross-species communication, like you could communicate with animals. I could communicate with animals. I could communicate with squirrels. Let me show you. It's been times where I have literally called a squirrel. We did it the other day. I just be walking, I see a squirrel in the top of the tree, and I'm like, squirrel come right down, come right to my foot. The first time it ever happened, my children freaked out. They were just like, oh hell no, Mom. That's a little too much. You got animals running up on us. I'm trying to get to this video and see when this squirrel, come on, let me see. I'm trying to find it where I had called them. And it's to the point to where I can call them from across the street to come to me. And they never bit me. They never got crazy. They'll sit there. They jump on my shoe. And I think it's pretty awesome, actually. I'm still looking. Oh, my goodness. I have so many things in this phone. It is ridiculous, guys. Ridiculous. Here we go. I'm going to show you a fine example of cross-species communication. Hey, Mr. Squirrel. Hold on. Hold on, Mr. Squirrel. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go get him some food. Let me see. Let me play it again. Hey, Mr. Squirrel. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. I'm going to lower the light so that you can see it a little bit better. I'm going to rewind the video. I caught the squirrel down. If you could see him, I called him down from across the street onto my balcony. Hey, Mr. Squirrel. Hold on. Hold on, Mr. Squirrel. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go get him some food. Yeah, so I'll call him in. And I can call birds. It's crazy. You have to actually be there to see it happen, to actually become a believer of that, to see that it's actually physically possible to call an animal towards you. I don't think I have any more video of animals coming to me. I think it's all on my other phone. I got 3 phones, so it's on one of them phones. Anyway, cross-species communication, penetrating intuitiveness, basically just knowing something without being told, affecting electrical devices. Some things will turn on. Sometimes you could blow things out. Remote influencing others. Changing people's minds, just thinking so hard to the point to where you make that person change their mind. Interdimensional viewing, aura reading. So there are people that can just see your aura. It happens from time to time, but if I really could see people's auras on a daily basis, I could avoid a lot of bullshit. I haven't harnessed that one yet. So learning about another's health or intentions by observing the energy field around them. I can do that. Psychic diagnosis, reading people's energy field fluctuations, psychic energetic healing, being able to transfer positive energy or healing people with just your energy. I've actually met a guy who just randomly, after a lot of BS, came up to me and was like, hey man, you going through a lot of stuff, and these people that are doing this to you are just evil, and I wanted to offer you a Reiki session. I could do it remotely over the phone. And we had a session and he told me to lay down, and I was like, what kind of crap is lay down? So I gotta protect myself. I guarded myself up. And I checked his credentials with people I know, and ended up, after he healed me, I slept like a baby. I had slept like a baby. Fell asleep while I was getting the session done and woke up the next day like, hey, thank you. So invisibility work, making oneself invisible mentally. That has been a very easy process. How you doing? Did we is the office closed yet?
Office.
Is this the office closed at a certain time? Yeah. I never use it.
Oh, you got no video.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, my bad.
It's okay,
Let me come here. Okay.
You remember that? No, it closed at midnight.
Oh, okay, so good. Okay, I'm good. Thank you. Have a good evening. Okay, so where did I stop at? So I never use the office here. Let's see. I was talking about energy field, self-diagnosis, psychic bioenergy, invisibility, making yourself invisible mentally. I have done that. I have literally sat and watched and seen my ex do some shit and be right there, and he didn't even know. And then I would confront him and be like, hey man, why'd you lie and say you were doing this when in actuality you was doing this? And he'd be like, nah, you tripping. And I would be like, I was there. I seen it. I was there. And he would just be looking at me like, you're crazy. You're crazy. So, teleportation, moving self or object from one location to another by mental effort. Levitation, mental influencing, telepathically causing another to feel like doing something that you want them to do. I've done that. But that's wrong. So you're supposed to try not to do it too much, okay? Earth energy adjustment work. Time dilation and contraction. That means like causing events, trips to take longer or shorter period of time. Pre-sensitivity to earthquakes or human disasters like car crashes. Interdimensional awareness. Astral out-of-body travel. I just talked about that. Channeling. Serving as a conduit for a person that is not present to speak. Shared consciousness. Operating in close mental connection with their star visitors, guides, and physical summoning and connecting with one star visitor and other guardians. Now, let's see here. These children embody physical changes, and they often recognize robust immunity. So it's really hard for people to get sick. Some are very highly sensitive to the environment. Sensitive. What could I give an example? Like allergies, having a low digestive tolerance for certain substances. So, like me, I'm lactose intolerant. You have some people that, there it is. It just says it right there. My bad. I should just keep on reading. For instance, cannot tolerate dairy products, are mildly allergic to even whole or wheat products. They find themselves being repulsed by meat. Some develop disorders like Asperger's, ADHD, like attention deficit hyperactivity, which suggests an incompatibility between their neurological wiring and the nervous system of regular humans. And these star kids often have lower basal temperature. For example, instead of having a temperature of 98.6 degrees F Fahrenheit, the body temperature will, thus meaning that the body is consumed less rapidly. The metabolism is just a little bit different than other people. So these people are also they're known for their gaze. They have a mature look. They have a appealing, dynamic appearance. Like me, one looking younger than their age. Like, nobody would ever guess how old I am. If I told you how old I am, you would fucking have a heart attack. Most people be like, like, or you see my daughter and she'll be talking to me and they be like, Mom, some lady asked me in the grocery store the other day, are you old enough to have all these children? I was just like, lady, if you don't mind your damn business. But instead of getting upset, I kind of get, I take it as a compliment. Now, these children embody physical changes that even they often recognize. Now, let's see. They also recognize the importance of spiritual connection. They have to know source, and they know that everything comes from a source. They just can't put their finger on it, but they just know. They also share spiritual insights. And then they have the ability to make other people wake up and help them get to their highest get to them higher self, or help people, they push people to the best and fullest potential. These star kids also want to change the world for the better by working for peace, spreading compassion, or kind deeds, by working to heal the earth's pollution, injuries, or telling people about a larger family we have amongst the stars. Oh my goodness, is there a kind of way to turn this damn air conditioner off? It is cold. Now, they talk about workshops and inviting people who start kids. You know, you got to start kid. You keep that shit to yourself. Keep that shit to yourself, y'all. You protect your babies if they are star children, if they are star seeds. You know how hard it was for you growing up and knowing that you were a little bit different than others. Now, I'm going to close that out. That was courtesy of Dr. Boylan.com. DRBOYLAN. Now I am going to read some more signs because there's a lot of things that people don't talk about, and I don't know if it's going to be on this list, but a lot of star seeds, they grow up and they have a very hard life. Their body can tolerate a lot of abuse or sickness. They were either really, really sick growing up, or they were abused, abandoned. It was always something really, really hard. Not everyone, but the majority of star seeds, because we come here, the lower energies know what our job is on this earth, and they try to stop it at a very, very young age. At a very young age, they try to shut that part of the avatar down so that you don't awake and know who you are. Now, other star seeds are lucky, and then they have parents that help them harness that energy and help them learn who they are. What is an indigo child? They're extremely sensitive, very intuitive. They are peace warriors and can be very edgy. They have a tremendous desire to be of service to mankind. They come into the world feeling of royalty or often act like it. Now, that wasn't how I was, but for some reason, I gave that vibe off in high school or when I was in my church paradigm. I would always hear people, you think you the shit. You always act like you better than everybody. And I'm like, man, I'm just standing here. I didn't even say shit to you. They often feel deserving to be here and are surprised when others don't share that. Their self-worth is not a big issue with those in their power. They often tell the parents who they are. They have a difficulty with absolute authority. They do not like authority. They simply will not do certain things. For example, waiting in line could be difficult for them. Thank goodness that air conditioning went off. Oh my gosh, I should have brought my jacket. Okay, they are frustrated with systems that are ritually oriented, outdated, and don't require creative thought. They often see better ways of doing things, both at home, work, and in school, which make them seem like system busters, non-conforming to old systems. They seem antisocial unless they are with their own kind. If there are no others of like consciousness around them, they will often turn inward, feeling like no other human being understands them. The old school system may be extremely difficult for them socially. They will not respond to guilt discipline. Wait till your father gets home and finds out what you did. You know, that's a good example. They are not shy in letting you know what they need, and they are often diagnosed with ADD, ADHD, dyslexia. I have been diagnosed with being dyslexic, and other learning challenges. And I don't understand why they say dyslexia is a learning challenge, because Albert Einstein was dyslexic. Mozart or Beethoven, one of them was dyslexic. A lot of the smartest people known to man were considered dyslexic. They used to actually make fun of Albert Einstein because he sucked at fucking reading. Because when you're dyslexic, you either jumble up letters, and I have regular dyslexia and math dyslexia. And I test, 30% above average when it comes to reading and comprehension. And then my math is just like regular because of the time it takes me to unscramble the numbers. And sometimes I'll get the answer correct, and then I'll mix the numbers up at the bottom of the problem. Let's see. Most are creative and intellectual geniuses. And let's see here. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, let's go back. Photos. What was her next thing? She was talking about star children. Healing stones. Okay, now as far as stones and for you to heal, it depends on what it is you're trying to heal. You got to look up the chakra system, and each stone that aligns with the chakra system. As far as healing stones, the one that I know that a hematologist, which is a blood doctor, will refer to you, that will protect you against psychic attacks, radiation, is amethyst. Amethyst is very healing. I had amethyst all under my mattress, but I moved them. I moved it and I made a big old grid around my house. I carry amethyst on me all the time. All the time. I don't play that. Now, another thing a lot of people don't understand is, like, say when you go and pick those crystals, the crystal that you resonate with. Shout out to Dehudi Maatra, dhealthstore.com. was a big help with that, teaching me. Him and his cousin taught me a lot about crystals. That is a whole long video, but my suggestion would be to get a crystal book or look up crystals online. Each chakra. Now down here, you will want to get a red crystal for your root chakra. Your heart chakra will be a pink crystal. Sometimes it would be different because sometimes different colors can do different things. But my favorite crystal are hematite, tiger's eye, amethyst, Apache's tears, lapis lazuli, carnelian, turquoise. Most of the stones that I use are Native American stones or Egyptian stones. So whatever King Tut favorite precious stones were, I got them on lock. And then you look at my old videos and you'll see them all up and down my arms, all over my neck, everywhere. And that could be kind of expensive, you know, because a lot of those things, the way that they're strung, it'll be on cheap like pieces of rubber and they'll come apart. Some you'll find on leather. It's just best to like order the stones, make sure they're pure and not glass or not dyed, because a lot of people will sell lapis lazuli and it'll be dyed blue. It don't even be the stone. And then some people will, there's another stone that I forgot to say was, what's the sunstone? It's a sunstone. I'm going to have to get back to you at the bottom of the video. That's what I'll do. I'll put the name of the stones at the bottom of the video and let you know what each stone does and why I use it. But there are stones that are just bomb to have in the house. You get these big old giant amethyst stones. You put them in the corners of your house. And then the sunstone, that's good for your money. I keep them in my purse. So I should know the name. It's agitating me right now, but my mind is so many other places. And I keep it to cleanse my money, because you got to understand that money, the transactions of money, where are your chakras? That's why a lot of people in the occult won't shake nobody's hand that they don't know, or unless they can read the aura, they'll shake the person's hand. But that exchange of hands with the money, and how some of that money is made. Some of the money can be made through prostitution, drug deals. Some of the money can be made off of, it could be blood money, and just that exchange of money and that different energy on top of that money. You want to be able to cleanse your money and heal that, heal it in your life. I'll probably correct that in a few minutes. Now, what was the other one? Meditation. Now, a lot of people, they'll talk about meditation. When this is going on in your life, you got to meditate. When you're doing this, you got to meditate. And you meditate. A lot of people don't understand that the occult, what they won't tell you is meditation is not just sitting there and chanting some stuff. If you got hell going on in your life, all of this stuff is passing in your life. Passing. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm fucking talking about right now. And I'm going to show you. I don't usually do this kind of stuff, but I'll show you real quick. Just making money all the time. All the time. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? I just made some money. Just sitting here. Manifesting. Now, hold on. I know this is ghetto, you guys. Give me 2 seconds. All right. So, you'll hear people be like, meditation, meditation. Do you know the truest form of meditation is prayer? And then a lot of people will sit here and they'll be like, well, Jesus ain't real. Okay, Jesus ain't real. But who's the potter? Meaning, how did this world come into existence? There's got to be some source, energy, a creator. And the mundane call it other names. These bastardized names. God, dog, Lord, Lord, low word. There are secret names, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But even though I said, I just talked about Jesus, you got to look at the light codes in the Bible. He stayed in meditation. Stayed in meditation, staying connected to source. So a true form of meditation is actually prayer. And a lot of people don't know that. So if you're coming out of a church paradigm, it's kind of hard to do that because you like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it. I don't know what to do. You have to just be humble and come to Creator, Source. And you just speak whatever's going on in your mind. Then you'll get to a point to where you can be quiet and you could talk with just your mind to source. At the same time, if you got a lot of things going on in your life, it is hard to get that mind quiet. So sometimes you got to utter and use your mouth. But the occult bit secret is, if you are in war and you got something going on and you don't know how to protect yourself and you don't know how to get these energies away from you, those energies could be just sitting around listening to you, blah, 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 blah. Talk. And they know what to do. Oh, this is bothering this person, so I'm going to do it some more. Oh, this is out of this person's life. This is out of control. I'm going to fuck this person's stuff up some more and cipher and feed off their energy. So the safest way and safest form of prayer is not speaking at all and using the mind. But yes, if you do know the real names of the Creator and not what everyone else is calling it, you can defend yourself. You can protect your home depending on if you're doing dirt or not. If you're doing dirt, I don't know what to tell your ass. If you sick and shit on people, if you're out there doing bad things, that stuff ain't gonna be heard. You're just gonna be sitting there. And it's just an exercise of focusing your mind on one thought. When I'm manifesting, I think that's gonna also go into synchronization. You just manifest you just have a thought, a feeling, and a concept. So I'm going to read this definition. Meditation can be defined as a literal manner of an exercise, focusing the mind on one thought, image, feeling, or concept. In the concentration-oriented meditation methods, the mind focuses on a word, a prayer, a visual image, a spiritual concept, or the breath. With the mindfulness type of meditation, you may simply set the mind in observer mode. And I've done that too. I've observed my situation. That's when I talk about putting on a lab coat, stepping out, where you can actually see yourself. You can see everybody in the room, and you're looking at yourself, and you're looking at the people, and you're looking at the spirits behind those people. Whew, that's some deep stuff. Deep. I'll give you an example. Before my ex did all the stuff that he was doing, I knew what he was going to do. I knew that he was going to be head over heels for somebody to the point to where he would just not even take care of his children. I told him all of that stuff was going to happen before it happened. I woke up, I was mad at him for like 3 days and was like, don't touch me. Don't give me no hug. Stay the hell away from me. Because what you did, I woke up crying. And I was in a form of meditation to the point to where sometimes when you do it, it's so exercising to the mind that it makes your avatar tired and you'll go to sleep the first couple of times you try to do that. It's almost like if you ever had this, if you were ever in any type of church paradigm, a lot of the times the elders would start reading the Bible, or if you don't understand what's being read, you all of a sudden start getting sleepy. They used to always say that in my old paradigm. At the church I was at, if you want your children to go to sleep, pull out a Bible and read to them. They will be asleep in like 5 minutes. If you ever tried it, they just go to sleep. Or you be sleepy, sitting there trying to keep your eyes open, focusing on what that person is talking about. So each one of those definitions of meditation works towards a similar goal of quieting the mind. Now, how does meditation like go into the daily life? It just you have to be careful with meditation, because a lot of people bastardize a lot of spirituality, and what they'll do is they'll tell you, you got to be here, you got to be in the now, you get your avatar in the now. That's all you're going to be able to think about. You're not going to be able to see into the future. You're not going to be able to go into your past and heal what's wrong at this point in your life. You focus on the now, and that can quiet the mind for regular people. But star seeds, anybody that's intrigued by this, you're not like everybody else. It can kind of get you trapped. It can get you trapped into a mundane mind. You be sitting there, trying to focus on what's going on right here, right now. You'll be stuck in the now. You'll be stuck in the material realm. And that's just it. Now, when you hear that white noise, when your mind just racing and talking to itself, like, I don't know if anybody ever had this, but, you know, before I woke up out of my paradigm, I used to have these crazy times where my mind would just keep talking, to the point to where I would talk myself to sleep. I would be in a situation where I would be stressed out about bills or something. And I'm like, man, I got to pay this. Man, I got to get up and do the laundry. Oh, man, I got to get the baby to school in the morning. Man, what am I going to do? How am I going to do all this stuff? And that's called white noise. I know. My hair was coming loose, trying to have a messy bun. Now, a lot of people say you could practice meditation by sitting still for 30 minutes. I mean, keep it real. Come on, y'all. Keep it real. Do you know how hard it is to stay still for 30 minutes when you got life? Especially if you're a parent, or if you got bills and there's added stressors into the life. The occult secret to that is you go into prayer. Once you go into prayer and you give everything to Creator and you let Creator know what the hell is going on in your life, you find yourself talking. Before you know it, that time passes by. You look up at the clock and you like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I've been doing this for this long. And that's actual meditation. Now, engineering your life into a direction, like they tell you, oh, you want simplicity, you want everything to be simple, you're uncomplicating things in your life. Those are what gurus will tell people. You're uncomplicating things in your life. You can uncomplicate things in your life by just using general common sense. You know, so meditation to me is a form of prayer. I stay prayed up all day long. And when I'm doing work, it's not for a spell. It's not for a short period of time. It's for hours, 30 minutes, every day, months on end, until I see the result that I want. I'm not sitting here like for 10 minutes, light a candle, walk away, set it and forget it. No, I'm telling y'all right now, if you're a starseed and you have certain gifts, I have been able to set it and forget it. But at the same time, I realize now, years later, that I was meditating on what I wanted. I envisioned it. I felt it. I could smell it. I could smell what my new house would smell like. I could smell what my new car would smell like. I knew what the feeling felt like. I knew the feeling of my bills being paid. And it's crazy. And it is healthy. It's very healthy to sit there and meditate on a daily basis. You can clear up a lot of health issues. Some people say 20 minutes. Some people say you start for 30 minutes. Let's do this. Let's just start for try to 5 minutes. Try 1 minute. If your mind is just racing and racing, racing, you could try 1 minute. You move from 1 minute to 2 minutes the next day, from 2 minutes to 5, from 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 8, 9, 10. Then you move your way up. All that 30-minute shit and all that 20-minute shit, you got so much white noise and so many things happening in your life. That's damn near fucking impossible for somebody to do. Let's see. Exercise, a feeling, a meditation and practice, clear, some free from rivers, blah, 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 blah. How meditation affects your life. Yeah, so they're talking about that later, further down here. Hold on. Let me help this person. No problem. Yeah, so they talk about this and they say, where was I? Yeah, so all it does, it takes a self-discipline. You got to be able to form a discipline. It's almost like going on a diet. So how many people say, I want to go on a diet, and then the next day they just do it? That's like the power of the mind. How many people say they're going to go on a diet? They go on a diet and they binge. They binge when no one's looking. They go to the bathroom or in the kitchen late at night and they stuff themselves full of food they ain't got no business eating just because they were told you can't eat this. So then the mind start playing tricks on them, and that's all they want to do is eat everything they're not supposed to eat. It's self-discipline. It's just like exercising the body. Same thing. So the only thing that I can just go back and just repeat myself over and over again is you got people who just they're tricksters all over the internet. They tell people, you just quiet your mind, and it's just not how it works. Sometimes your mind is going to race. Sometimes it's going to be empty. But if you're trying to go into a meditation, I look at it as a form of prayer. Every person is different. Everyone thinks a different way, and every human has a different definition of things. This is my definition of what meditation is. All right. So what you do want to do is don't argue while you're trying to do it. Don't sit there and try to self-analyze yourself when you're trying to think about being relaxed, focused, what you're asking for. Just let it all go and see what you want. You focus on the goal, and it helps with your sleep. It helps with everything. It stabilizes the nervous system in the body and all kind of other stuff. Now, there's different forms of meditation. I think I already spoke about this, but I'll give you a list. There's a breathing meditation. There's mantras. There's visualizations. There's intentional prayer. Some people go out into nature. And some people just sit there and they give themselves different theories, or they play out different things in their mind. And then there's mindfulness, and that's observing your thoughts and your feelings. So all of those are forms of meditation. And like I said, everybody that gets into the occult, they have a tendency to just trash anything religious. And all of these religious texts and books and teachings are here for a reason. And what was the one thing, if anybody came out of a Christian paradigm or a Catholic paradigm, what did they always talk about? They always talk about how Jesus talked with his father for hours and hours and hours. It's called meditation. Same thing. Now, there are actually 28 Bible verses about meditation. And they go from Philippians to Psalms to all kind of things. Now, let me get into, what was the other question y'all had? She had, my bad. Synchronization. Synchronization is almost the same as algorithms. Algorithms, the only human definition I'll be able to give that is almost the same as Bitcoin. Bitcoin is algorithms. And that's a computer language. Synchronization is just like number codes. It's like where you're programming the matrix. So a lot of people don't know that if you want something to manifest, you can say things for 15 seconds at a time. That only works for some people, not everybody. So it's a science. And most people think of it as computer science, but it's just one of the sciences, a form of thought. And just remember, you know, as far as like human books go, they always say that there were like 3 of the smartest people in the world. One of them was King Solomon. He was so smart that he went crazy. Another one of them was a pharaoh. So you had King Tut. And then you had, who is the one they always say Beyonce is? Nefertiti and her husband. Now, the number sequences is to get a certain action to happen. So it's the same way that an engineer would program a computer program, like bandwidth. That's the amount of information that goes from one computer to another computer. Let's see here. I'm just making sure I don't miss anything. Now, so you got with synchronization, you got the process, you got resource. It could be shared or it cannot be shared. You have to acquire the shared resource if it is a shared or collective mind thinking, the same way a computer would. And you got the process, the third process, and then you got the release, which is what you will see play out into the physical realm. So I'm going to move on. Now, you asked me what the difference between desert sage and regular sage. A lot of people have a tendency, especially if they're Caucasian, they just bastardize every person's religion and beliefs. They borrow and they bastardize it. Now, for my viewers that are Caucasian, this is not a personal attack. I'm just stating facts, all right? A lot of natives will not share this information with you. I'm sharing it, and you won't even see the information on the internet. That's what's so trippy about it. Is there was someone who shared this information with me in Evolving Wisdom, and they were like, no, you guys are burning white sage. No, white sage is to invoke spirits and bring ancestors. So you have all these people, they think they conscious, they be hippies and shit, and you see them, they burning sage. I'm burning sage. I'm cleansing my house. I'm cleansing my aura. And they just bringing in spirits and they don't even know it. Usually burnt like before war ceremonies and things like that. And then desert sage is used to smudge and to cleanse and clear. But then you have some tribes that'll use both of them. I mean, But then we can get into who is really a native and who ain't. But that's for another video. Another thing that a lot of people don't know when it comes to sage smudge sticks is that you have to have an abalone shell and a sage and feather when you're smudging. So a lot of people, they'll buy the bulk. I'm going to use my phone, for example, and they'll be like, ooh, cleansing that energy. Yeah, I might work a little bit for you. But you also have to get, you would also have to, it brings more power if you're using a sage feather. And it's usually a predator bird, an eagle feather, a hawk feather. I use my crow feather for other things, but the hawk feather works for saging and smudging. I use it with my abalone shell. And I'm going to read some stuff to you. It's desert sage. Cleanses the mind, the body, the chakras, or your aura, depending on what it is that you believe in, and spirit, as well as smudging herbs, shells, and smudging feathers, just like I told you. Smudging has been a ritual and ceremonial practice used by cultures around the world since humans have existed. The Native Americans used the earth plants, both fresh and dry, for healing. Plants are known to carry their own energy, just as our bodies and surroundings do. The art of smudging with burning dry sage, herbs, and focusing on our own ritual prayers helps clear negative, unwanted energy. Wherever we focus, smudging cleanses, rebalances, opens fresh energy and spirit. So our life and chakra energy continues to flow, much like an open river, so we can move forward. It clears stagnant and old energy. And it helps people live their authentic them. It helps you get to your authentic life. It's usually used like during prayer. And it's usually set by a match of wood. Not a man-made lighter. Nobody ain't gonna tell you that either. You see motherfuckers with a lighter like, I'm conscious. So now you can sit back and be like, you're full of shit. And like I said, sacred smudging feather made from Mother Nature to send air and the wind to the burning plant, as well as, you know, whatever herbs you like to burn that cleanse. It helps you connect. And each tribe use different plants. I've used juniper, Juniper. And the way that I found that out is that was one of the herbs that they found in King Tut's coffin. A very sacred berry and plant. I use it for a lot of stuff, especially candles. Cedar's where it's at, y'all. I'm going to get my book, and it's called The California Indians, and I'm going to show you Aboriginal natives. It's in one of my old videos, and I'm going to get a little deeper into that. Sweetgrass, and it helps remove negative energy. But a lot of people use California white sage. It says desert, sacred sage, sacred feather, blue, yerba santa, Dakota black, and mugwort. Lavender is for something else. A lot of people think lavender is actually clearing and protection, but it also calls in spirits of the ancestors. It calls in spirits, and a lot of people don't know that. Rosemary, good protection. Resins like copal, amber, frankincense can be added to the smudge, and a lot of people don't know that. And you can use a charcoal tablet to burn the sage. I tend to use coconut charcoal because it's natural. It doesn't have no chemicals. You ain't gonna be breathing that stuff in while you over and you're praying. Another thing is, if you're burning sage and you're praying to the Creator, I wouldn't burn sage. I wouldn't burn anything. I have burned white candles, but the Creator is so strong. It created everything in this world. It does not desire or need of sacrifices of any kind or burnt offerings. Actually, the Creator does not like it. All right? So then they talk about, the spirit animals and all this other stuff. And, they talk about smudging feathers. And it's an honorable possession to actually have a real smudging feather. To be blessed with a predator, a raptor bird. Raptor birds could be owls, hawks, different kinds of hawks, eagles, turkey vultures. Just look up raptor birds. And you want to make sure you get a real, authentic feather. Make sure that you order it from a tribal site so that you know that you're getting the authentic thing. You fuck around with Amazon, you're going to get a dyed fucking duck feather or a turkey feather, and they're going to lie and tell you it's something else. I usually wash and clean my feather, and I'll dilute, it's kind of like wash and weave hair. You dilute a shampoo or some Dawn soap in some water, and then you kind of dip it in there, and then you run your fingers down there, and it has to be very diluted, not to the point to where it's all bubbled up. You delete it in there. I said delete. You dip it in there, and then you push down on the feather, and then you kind of straighten out the feathers because it'll dry, and if you don't straighten out the feathers, it'll dry jacked up. Now, I digress. I'm going into other subjects. Now, let's get to this. So, alerts for money on my thing. What was the other question that she had? Light workers. Now, I know the answers to all of this. I just like to type it in and then be able to read other things. And you're not going to be able to pull this stuff up because it's like occult knowledge. You can't just be like, what are light workers? Light workers to me are like that man that holds the key. Hold on, I'll show you. The man that holds the key on the Matrix. I can't show you on this computer because there's no speakers, but I can show you on my phone. Thank goodness for technology. Let's see. Guy in white talking on the Matrix movie. So there's a part in the Matrix movie where Keanu Reeves' character actually has to deal with the architect. Now, the architect, to me, is like light workers in today's age. So I want you to hear this guy talking so that you can understand the light codes and what these light workers really are. Hopefully, I get some reception up in here. It helped me pull it up. Here it is. Here it is. It's the good one. So while that loads, I'll give you a definition of a light worker. Because you got to remember, what did they describe Satan as? The bringer of light, the son of the morning. Y'all got to remember, that good book ain't here for just nothing. And she got light codes like a mug in it. All right? Let me see if I type this in when we come in. Because they got all kind of shit like lightworkers.org, lightworkers.com, new age this, new age that. Come on, man. Don't tell me my connection is timed out. I'm trying to see if you could see this man. I can't pull it up on my phone. This is annoying. Damn, I should have brought some speakers or something here. There go an earpiece. Let me see something. If I have my earphones, I'll be able to break it down. Now, in the meantime, in between time, I'll read this though. I got all excited. I heard my phone vibrate like, oh, did it load? No, just a message. Message. All right. There's a new age movement known as the light workers, or light workers together. Two separate words or one word together. Excuse me while I dig in my bag at the same time. Some, though, not at all light workers, believe in the devil, whom they regard as their enemy, of course. That's what they'll say with their mouth. But they be so ignorant, they don't even be knowing. Hold on. Dang it. Oh, I thought I had my headphones in here, man, so I could play the dude from the Matrix talking. Then I'll be able to pull it up on this computer so you can actually hear what he's saying. Dang. Big old backpack. I got everything but some headphones in here. I think I clean all that stuff out right before I came up here. Clean this backpack out because I don't want to be carrying all this stuff around with me. Dang, that's scandalous, yo. Hey, ese. That ain't even who. Man. Yeah, I ain't got them. So I'm going to see if I can pull the Wi-Fi from downstairs. Yeah, it's telling me an error occurred. Now I got 3 bars right here. So maybe if I keep my phone right here while I look simultaneously at this, it'll load. Now, light workers vary quite a bit in their beliefs. It is preferably not a good idea to take anything on the above sites as being representatives of light workers. Some are Christian. They'll consider themselves Christian. Some will say they are anti-Christian. Most apparently take fairly liberal and an unfaithful view. In particular, light workers vary in their beliefs, if any, concerning the devil. And then they have like articles. And then they have some people who don't believe in the devil. They'll tell you the devil don't exist. And then a lot of them are into hexing. So they tell you, oh yeah, they believe and they're light. They're coming for the light because it's to fool you. It's to fool people. People don't really understand the etymology of things. When people think of darkness, they think of a dark room. Like if I turned the lights off in this room, when darkness in actuality means hidden. So I'm going to try to play this as loud as I can. I want you to hear this light worker. I want to play it. I'll just, come on, man, play. I'm going to give you another definition of a light worker. Hold on. Let's go here. All right. All right, let's see here. Lucifer, the light bringer. Here you go. And Wikipedia. King James Version or Hebrew. They have it in Hebrew. And the Latin word Lucifer, but with a lowercase initial, means shining one, light bearer. All right? Let's see. This is not trying to play right now. It's going to make me mad. Let me see if I can connect to Wi-Fi on here. Or in this place. Let's see, Wi-Fi. Let's turn it on. Let's see what's available. Janky business, y'all. Janky business. That's what happens when you be trying to put that business out there. Stuff don't be working. Yeah. So that shit ain't working. What I'm going to do is I'll play the scene from the light worker. I'm going to walk out of here, and then I'll play the scene from the guy from the Matrix talking. And I want you to know how these people really, really think. And then they work just like Lucifer does. They will come and they will bring you a tad bit of information to they bring like 99.9% of the truth, and then they'll give you a white lie. They'll switch a word up in between that little piece of truth, and then have motherfuckers all mixed up, fucked up. That's what their job is. They're agents. They're here to fuck people up and have them all mixed up. Anybody who say they a light worker, you turn and you run the other fucking way. Now, like I said, in the Strong's Concordance, he is called the Shining One, the Light Bearer. In the Hebrew Bible, same thing. The word Lucifer is taken from the Latin Vulgate, which translate as Lucifer, meaning the morning star, the planet Venus, or an adjective called light bringing. Ain't that some deep shit? Then in the Christian tradition, in the Latin word, it was considered, that word is called morning star. Proper name, Lucifer, for the devil. Now, and the image of the morning star falling from the sky, generally believed amongst scholars to have a parallel are Canaanite mythology. According to both Christian and Jewish books, and call them the morning star. And then you go back and you remember Jay-Z, with the sun in the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of here. And the song is called Lucifer. You look on his old DVD, it say it. So why is this name the bearer of light? So you got to remember go back. I don't want people's mundane version of what it is. I'm trying to get to the truth, y'all. All right. So you go to 2 Corinthians 11:14. It's just different versions. So you got the New International Version of the Bible, the Barron Study Bible, the New American Standard, King James, blah, blah, blah. And then you'll see, it'll say, and no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. And but I am not surprised. Even Satan disguised himself as an angel of light. No wonder even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. And of no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. And of no marvel, for even Satan fashioned himself into an angel of light. So, like I said, these people are agents. Their jobs are to cause confusion and discord amongst family and discord in the mind, mix you up, get you off your path. Just true fuck ups. And then they disguise themselves into this new age bullshit, you know. And of course, when somebody wakes up, immediately you want answers, especially living in the microwave generation of technology. You want that answer. You want that shit right now. You want to know right now. Let's see here. So I'm going to re-download this. Let me look and see if she had any other questions before I go and play this thing outside. Oils and crystals. Now, you said you wanted to know about healing oils. I'm going to have to do another video, and it's going to be a part 2, and I will show you my collection of oils. I got over 50 different oils. My main ones I stick to are the ones, the light codes, the frankincense, the myrrh, hyssop. But there's so many different healing oils. You have to get, there's an oil man. He tell you about which oils, what they do. I will put that on the bottom of this video so that you could click. You could start watching his videos. He's very informative. But there are certain oils, like I said, that are bastardized, and a lot of people don't understand that it could bring things into the household. Lavender, sage oil. Sage oil is good to make your hair grow. Peppermint oil makes your hair grow. Thanks, Evolving Wisdom. Got them edges on fleek. I digress. But I will share all of that in another video. As far as the bringer of light and Lucifer being the light bearer, I'm going to get in that. Guardian angels. All right. So you got your guardian angels, and then you got chief angels, and then you got archangels. And archangels are the ones that sit on the right and the left of the creator. It's a system of things. Some can actually go face to face with the creator. Others cannot go face to face with the creator. And my battery is dying on my thing. But let me look. Yeah, I got 8%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go outside. I want you to hear this light bearer thing. And then I'm going to do a video about oils and guardian angels after I do this video, because we're almost into the 2-hour mark. And now I know to bring speakers to this place. All right. I'm going to take y'all outside with me. Oh, yeah. There was a little hater over here talking about my clothes and shit. Let me show you something. Hey, some people don't get all angry at me because I'm showing my body. This one dude talk about motherfucker broke and stuff. What does that say? It says Barney's. You can't be cheap and shop at Barney's, bruh. Alright? Stop all that hating. Now, let's get back into getting you your information, Miss Jelly. Ooh. TMI. TMI, girl. You be doing that. I'm going to walk with this open because 7%. Now, I want to close this up. All right, it turned off by itself. And because I got stalkers and haters, I want to make sure you can see where I live. Okay, I want to see if it'll load over here by the game room. Let me see if I can get it here. Come on, come on. 6%. Let's see if I can reload it. I don't think there's any reception in this building whatsoever. So I'm gonna get down here. It's kind of cold. I wonder if I can go into the lounge. Do I have reception here? Nope, I ain't got no reception. Let's come out of here. Ooh, ooh, if I could. I'm still trying to load it. I'm just looking on my phone. I'm gonna walk down this long hallway. My angel, doom, doom, doom. Oh, angel, doom, 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 doom. All right. Ugh, it smells like somebody musty just came in their house. It's stank. Ooh. Oh, please don't get dizzy, y'all. I'm trying my best. Get that information. Ooh, that pizza smell good. Pizza. We'll walk past somebody talking about how their pizza smell good. No, I ain't got no business eating that shit. All right. I'm going to have to do a part 2 of this video. I'm at 4% and I just don't want my laptop to die while this thing is playing. It has not loaded. Let me see. Yeah. I'm going to have to reload this again. You're my angel. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, angel. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a part 2. It still ain't pulling up. Oh, there it is. Nope, it won't play. I'm gonna do a part 2 to be continued. I'm at 3%. I don't want to lose this video, and I have to continue the video anyway.